What's up, everybody? I've gotten some requests to do a tutorial on the program I use to uh, model 3D objects and get them all ready for the printer. So here we go. I hope you enjoy. Let's get going here. So this application is called Tinkercad, and it is online, so you don't have to download any programs or anything. Pretty much you're just going to go to your browser. It should be the same for Mac users as well, but I'm using Windows 10. And pretty much you're going to go to tinkercad.com, tinkercad.com, and you're just going to make an account real quick. It's really fast, and it's free, so you don't have to worry about doing anything. You're currently using a free account. There you go, right there. So once you got your free account, you're going to go ahead and you can create a new design right here. Now all your other designs that you will be making will be down here in your library, and you know, we can go to this real quick just to show you. You're just going to press and tinker this, and then it'll let you edit it. Now this is an online application, so it'll be all through your browser. It'll take a second to load here. Alright, so here we go. Here's my model. This is a quadcopter that I'm building. It's an X-frame. It's a stretch X, but that's something that I'm working on. That's just to show you the detail that you can do. Now I modeled this one in a different thing, and then I added it to this guy, and I modeled these arms, the top plates, all this stuff through this program. And you can kind of see a little bit of bits and pieces of what goes into this model. But right now we're going to start off by doing a new design. And I decided to make something that's really simple. It's going to be a camera mount for a FPV drone, so like a race drone, or a freestyle drone rather. So you can get your HD camera at a good angle, or whatever angle you want, and you can make this model custom for your exact quadcopter if there aren't any already out there, or if you just don't like the designs out there and you want to do something different. We'll just get your little ruler, your little measuring stick. You can use a caliper, whatever you want. And you're going to go to millimeters, and I'm pretty sure you can set this to either millimeters or inches or whatever you want. But when you're working with 3D printers and stuff this small, you really want to do millimeters, and it's a lot more common for that matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that measurement from hole to hole to our exact application, 10, 20, 30, 35. So we need 35 side to side. So right now I'm just going to do a box. We're going to start with the box. Just grab it from the right side, and we got to make sure one of our widths are 35. So we're going to drag that to 35. Another thing you could do is just go in here and click up 35, and that'll be good. And then our next measurement for our rear two holes, from front to back, is going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. So 35 by 45. So that's at 35. We're going to be dragging this to 45. We can just do this as well. Let me get this full screen actually. There we go. So we're actually going to do 35 by 43. And that will give us our basic shape of exactly where the holes are. So this is how I figure out where my holes are. We're going to do some cylinders right here, and the holes for these guys are going to be approximately 2 to 3 millimeters. Let's just do 3, and we'll come in here, we'll click on this guy, and if you click on the body of your objects that you are working on, it should bring up the size, or you can just grab one of these end pieces, and that will get you to your size. So we're going to do 3 by 3 on this guy. Sometimes it takes a second to load, especially if you don't have a really fast computer. Let me just drag this out here for a second. So we're going to do 3 by 9. So it's 3 by 3. And there you go. There's your hole. So I grabbed that from the cylinder. So on the right here, it's going to have basic shapes. And these empty spaces right here, that's going to be your empty spaces, literally. So if you want to do a hole somewhere, you're going to grab the cylinder. And you make it the size of the hole you want. And you just drag it to wherever you want, as we just did. If you want to cut out a spot of something, you could, of course, make this smaller. Or you can grab this box and you know, just drag it over, and there, as soon as we group this piece, that will be cut out. Actually, I'll show you real quick that grouping. So if you want to do that, you know, you just want to cut out this corner of this guy. Let's just drag this right here. We're going to be going like this, and if you want to make that hole right there, we're going to be highlighting everything, and we're going to go over here to group, and that will group everything. And as you can see, we have a hole right there and a corner piece cut out of there. But for now, we're going to go back, ungroup that. We're going to take this, and as soon as you highlight the each individual item, you can go ahead and hit delete over here, and you know, you can duplicate it and do stuff like that. But right now we got our hole measurements for our HD camera mount for our drone. So we're going to need 4 of these guys for each corner. So what I do is I just go over here, highlight it, and I do duplicate. We're going to do duplicate 3, 1, 2, 3. So then you grab it and drag it over to the corners. Now with our measurements, we know that this is going to be the exact size that we need for where our screws need to be. So we're going to go in and make sure that that hole is pretty much right on the corner. So we have the exact measurements. Now that's kind of off. Bring it over here to the corner compared to the other one. That looks good. That looks like it's in the center. This one as well. And this one. That one looks pretty good. So you can go ahead and that's fine right there. But we can't just have, you know, a little piece in the center. We need the outside piece for the holes. There's different ways that you can go upon doing this. I mean, it doesn't really matter. This is the way I do it. It's just a little bit easier for me, or you know, you can get used to whatever you're doing. I go ahead and I bring this on the outside, and I bring another box in here, and I pretty much just extend it over. That way I can get it exactly how I want. So there you go. There's your holes in the right spots, and there you go. Now these things, you can, if you want to make this plate higher, or you know, taller rather, you can just grab this in the center and bring it up. Right now it's at 3, 2. We're just gonna leave that at 2. Maybe we'll do 3. I don't know. Let's do 3. You know what? I want this really strong, actually. Let's do 3 or 4. Let's do 4, and we'll do the centerpiece as well. We'll do 4, so it matches up with each other. And you can zoom in if you want, but really you should tell that these are both the same level now. And it doesn't really matter with these guys because they're just holes. This guy can go up or down. Or rather, and if you mess up, like just like I did, I grabbed the wrong thing and I moved it, so now these are unequal, you can go ahead and go undo, and that'll bring it back to what you did. So you click on this guy, bring it up or down, that doesn't really matter. What this does right here, this guy, kind of see it better just like that. This guy actually moves that whole model up or down, so if I did it to this, you can see it moves the whole piece up or down. So I don't want that. You can just leave that like that, and I can highlight all of these items and group, and there you go. There's my little piece. So from here, what I want is, I had got my run cam mounted right here. But if I want a gnarly angle on my run cam just like this, I won't have any spot to put it on the item. So right now I'm just gonna measure out exactly what I need. We're gonna do 10, 20. We're gonna do 20 by 20 right in the center of one of these edges. So we're gonna take our box, and that is gonna be the cutout. So you want to center that. We're gonna make sure that that's already came 20 by 20, so that was convenient. So we're gonna look at that. It's a little off center. Like this, better for. Let's see. All right, there we go. And that should be pretty good. Should be pretty centered through the holes. Maybe a little bit this way. There you go. So 20 by 20, I'm going to move it in a little bit so it matches up with the edge. So you can see right there. Very nice. So we're going to take this guy and we're going to group this so it becomes one piece. And there we go. Now that should be a nice base for our little thing that we're going to be building. So now, depending on exactly what kind of camera you have, that's cool about, you know, modeling stuff like this and printing it yourself. You can model it for exactly what you have, so it can be custom to exactly your needs. And right now, let's just do a basic mount for a Hero, a Hero 3. So we're going to bring this box out here, an extension from this. And we're just gonna lay it there. Bring this down a little bit. We don't want it too high to begin with. Maybe bring this back a little bit right here. And we will go and we will get another piece, bring it up. And pretty much this is just like playing with blocks at this point. You're going to be shaping your model, and you know you can clearly see that these lines match up, so you know that that face is going to be a whole face once you group it, and you go ahead from there. So what I think I'm going to do is make this a little bit, you know, smaller like that, maybe bring it out a little bit wider just like that, and I'm going to do we're going to move this to our degree that we want. So I'm going to do this way, of course, and we're going to do let's just do a 30 degree incline for a camera. That's nice. That's not too bad. And what we need to do now is we need to add a backing to it so our camera doesn't just fall back when it hits something. So we're going to bring this smaller, we're going to match it up on both sides, boom boom, and we're going to bring this guy over. See that? It's nice and easy. It's not too difficult at all. What are we? We're like 15 minutes into this, and you know, that's with me you know, messing around, talking to you guys and stuff like that. So as you can see, we got this piece down here from our offset from when we made that 30 degree pitch, and we don't really want that. Actually, this is kind of thick up here, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring this back to -30, and then I'm going to bring this down again, so I will be able to just like that, and then we can go to 30 again. 30. You can do that same with this. Type it in if you can't exactly get it. 30. There we go. And that way, now this is in the way. We can go ahead and delete that if you want. That was not really necessary. We can go ahead and bring this guy down because we don't need that big of a backing. This guy can be slid back just like that. And really we want this at a 30 degree as well. or it doesn't have to be all the way at 30. If you want to prop it up a little bit, you can do like 25, something like that. But we're gonna do 30, and I can't really get it, so we're gonna type it in again, 30. So I want, if you want this to make it, if you want to make this taller again, if you don't think that's quite, enough reinforcement for the back, you can go ahead and make it taller. But if you do it like this, it won't, or my bad, that's not the right one. If you do it like this, then it won't be correct. I mean, that'll be fine, that'll print fine, it's no big deal. But it'll move, as you can see right here, it'll move the shape and make it, just disfigured. So I'm going to go back, and what you can do is you can go back again, and you can go like this and do it like this while it's vertical. And then you can go back to 30, and there you go, there's your back. So that looks pretty good. We also want a piece for our strap. Piece, we can go like this, and if you have a GoPro Session, that would be good for this guy on the side. I have a Session, also, I have a couple of them, whatever. So measure your strap. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Now we needed to go through the whole length of the model, so we're going to do this over again, 25, and this is an empty space, so that should be fine. And that's going to be our strap. So what I noticed is I didn't really measure the camera, but the camera is going to need to have a platform of, let's see, 10, 20 as well. And this platform, as we have it now, you can go up here to the ruler and, just take your measurement right here. And you can do that if you want, but I don't like using that ruler too much. I just pretty much grab one of these, and I'll just grab this and delete it afterwards. So that's about 20, that's not even 20. This measurement is going to be 15. So I actually need to make this bigger, so I'll go ahead and I'll just use that to measure, take that away, and we're going to bring this and we're going to make it, that's about 27, we can make it 35 or so. So there we go, and there we go, 35, 15, 35, that's fine, somewhere like that. So that's good. So now you can see that we kind of entered into our run cam area as well. Something you could do, I do sometimes, is I just take a cylinder, I'll make this guy a little bit smaller, we'll do 15 by 15, and we're going to go ahead and angle that guy at a 30, and that should be 30, and we're going to bring it on in there, and that'll make it an empty space right there. So I'm going to bring this down because that's just too much, and maybe we'll angle a little bit more this way, and then that'll that'll make it even more empty space in there, but we'll still have support for this guy. I'm gonna bring this, depending on your props, we'll tell you how much space you need for this guy, but I'm gonna measure the actual Hero 3 real quick. We got, yeah, that'll be good. I'm just gonna do 30, so it'll go across the whole thing, or not the whole thing, but it'll meet up with the and attach better to the side pieces, just like that. There we go. So now that looks pretty good. And this guy, this is going to be our strap. We're going to strap hole. We're going to bring this up, and let me make this a little bit smaller. And 29, 30, 30. And we'll just go ahead and bring this and bring it right up in there. A little bit higher. There we go. So that should be nice right there. And So if that looks good to you, you can go ahead and group that. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger right here actually, so we can go through the whole backing just like that. You can see that this needs to be over a little bit more. There we go. So now if you highlight everything that you want to group together, you're going to go ahead and group. Boom. There's your model right there. So you go over it, make sure that everything's good, and I can see that a couple things that already that I need to change. One of them is that there's this this piece at the bottom. Now there's a couple things that you could do in Cura or whatever to get rid of that, but I'm just gonna show you how to take that out real quick. Also, I want to make this hole wider down here. So what I'm gonna do is undo that grouping, and I'm gonna go to this one, and I'm gonna make it bigger. Whoops. Let me see. Like I said before, you need to go back to 30 and make it level again. And I'm gonna make it taller. Whoops, go back. If you didn't like something, you can go back again and hit the undo, and that's good. So just like that, and I'm gonna go back to 30. Whoops. Okay, and we're gonna lower that guy just like that. All right, so that's good. Also, I want to do take this guy out. So I'm gonna take this empty spot, and I'm gonna pretty much get it really big because it doesn't really matter at this point, and I'm gonna bring it down to match up with the bottom just like that. So we need to bring it up a little bit, and what this will do, of course, is it's gonna cut off the bottom piece just like that. You can see that that face matches up with that face right there. So we can go ahead and group this now that I made my final changes. Boom. And there you go. There's your mount. What if you say, okay, I want a strap going from front to back, because that's how I like it, and that's how I want my stuff, because this is my design. There you go. All right, so you just get your strap right here. You can get your box and go ahead and make your little strap connection, and there you go. Make it as tall as you want, 2 millimeters. And this is how you rotate right here. This is rotate on the ground, so we're going to be bringing it this way for the front and back, and then you're going to be clicking on this guy, and we're going to be bringing it this way so the strap can go through the back. Make sure that it's exactly where you want it. For the GoPro, it's kind of off-centered, and it's you kind of have to put it to the left, kind of between the middle of the lens and the screen. So that's for the Hero, and so pretty much the lens is on the left. It's kind of a little bit bigger than the screen, so we're going to put it right there, and that'll give us our strap. You can see that it's coming out this way as well, and that's not what we want. We want it to be completely under, so we're going to be coming it and bringing it under just like that, and that'll give us our hole for, we can go strap up through the top, out through the bottom, and we can come around here and bring it back up for the top, right through this top piece. If you wanted to, you could bring another piece up through here, but that should be fine. And so if we like that for that strap, we're going to go ahead and group those pieces. Boom. So now we got our little insert for our strap right there. And there you go. There's your model. And this program is really awesome. You can do text. So let me show you as well while we're here how to put text on there. Go ahead and you just go over the basic shapes. You just click on text, and it's going to be showing up here, and there you go. So right now the text is there, and we're just going to be getting our sizing and exactly what we want to put on there. So I'm going to put my name on there, and it's going to be McFlight. And we are going to, this is going to be a solid object. And we can change the height and stuff on this as well. But we are going to do that manually on the board. So right now, I don't know where I want to put this. Let me put this, just to show you guys, I'll put it right here on this face right here, really small. Just so you guys can get the idea. So you can obviously make it the size that you want. I'm going to turn this just like this, 90 degrees, so it'll be straight, and we're going to put it on this face. So obviously it needs to be a lot smaller, just like that. And if it's that small, it doesn't need to be that tall, so I'm going to bring it way smaller, just like that. And even smaller to fit on there. We're going to zoom in, and really you can make this whatever size you want. This is just showing you how to put it on a flat surface. So right now, if we put it in there, it wouldn't show up because it would be in the model. We need to lift it up, and right there, depending on exactly how much you want it to stick out, you can do it like this. So right now you can barely see it, maybe you can see it. I'm going to make it a hole so you can see exactly where it's at. So I'm going to bring it down, and there you go, solid. So boom, McFlight right on there. So you have to look around, and it's kind of sticking out. We can make it smaller, just like this, and then we're good to go. Or we can move this whole model, grab it, and move it up. And there you go. If you like that, you want to put one on the other side, go ahead and duplicate. And grab my other model. Bring it all the way over to the other side. And we'll do the same for this side. And we don't want it to face that way. Of course, we want it to face the opposite way. So I'm going to do minus 180 to bring it just like that, nice and straight. Make sure it's not touching anything on both sides, and that should be good. There you go. Boom, boom. I'm going to bring this down a little bit because I think that's sticking up a little bit too much. So right here. And if you want to go halves as well, you can definitely do that. So we're going to do negative 0.5, and that'll bring it up just a little bit over that, just like that. This one as well, we're going to be bringing this guy down to negative 0.5, and there we go. That's very nice. You got your McFlight, your name on there, your battery straps, your holes in the correct position, and there you go. I'm going to print this just so we can get a time lapse in there and show you how this prints out. So I don't know, I would probably print this out of TPU, but just for the sake of this video, I'm going to just do PLA, so it'll be faster. I can print at 100% or 100 millimeter second on my Prusa, or my ANET rather. So here we go. You can go ahead and click that guy and export it. Alright, I forgot to hit record, so it's not too far in yet, but there you go. So goes right and matches up right with the screws. You can see that the camera, your run cam, won't have any interference with that little insert that we brought up in there, and that's pretty much it. So you could put your little GoPro here now, strap it in, and you're good to go at 30 degrees. So that's how you do it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. That all that stuff is free to use, all those programs, and let me know what you think at the bottom. All right, have a good day.